Good day, family. How y'all doing? Today, I want to come and talk to y'all about a little something. I was just listening to some word today and came across Galatians 6 and 9. It just happened to be the word of the day. And so I'm just going to tell you what it says real quick, and then I'll explain what was given to me. It says, let's not get tired of doing what's good. At the right time, harvest comes if you don't give up. I thought about this and I thought, man, right now we're in graduation season. You know, got the kids, they getting out of school. They done went through so many lessons, testings, trials, and exams and different things of that nature. And they had to go through and, in these lessons, they had to figure out where they were going wrong. In these tests, they had to be tested on what was given to them. And, all of these other things, all that to reap the harvest of that diploma at the end so they could become what God had placed in their heart to be. It's a beautiful thing, and I can relate that to people like David, people like Joseph. They could have gave up at any given point, but God had done put on them things, and they were looking forward to those blessings. You look at King David, he had to go through a lot. He was rejected by his brothers. He was a shepherd, and he had to go through a lot of tests with that. He went to King Saul and told him right before he went to fight the giant, right before he went to go fight Goliath, he said, "Listen, I done came against the bear, I done came against the lion. I beat him and I clubbed him, and I saved the sheep. I could take care of the giant." He take care of the giant. Then, he graduated from that test. He reaped the harvest of being able to be in Saul's court. He was the head of the army for Saul. And then he did so good. Now he getting jealous because, Saul slayed his thousands and David his 10,000s. Then from there, he was being pursued and was getting ready to be pent by a spear that he didn't deserve. But, these were the tests and the trials and the tribulations and everything that he had to go through. He could have gave up right then and there. But shoot, if he would have gave up there, he would have been killed. So, the Lord protected him. He kept on praying. He kept on seeking. He kept on asking. He kept on going and asking God, like, listen, Lord, what do I do? How do I do this? What would you have me to do? And, he went and he endured. Even his enemies, couldn't come against him. He lived amongst the Philistines for a while. This was true endurance, true testing, everything. While he was out there, he did some things, and, eventually Saul died. David was the king of Judah for a while, and then he came in and he took over Jerusalem, and he became the king of Israel, putting both of them together. But he couldn't have made it there if he had given up. If he had not gone through all that he went through and just pressed through, he wouldn't been able to get that reward that he got. Being the king. And you know what? It was beautiful because God had promised him this. He had anointed him. God had anointed him. He sent Samuel down there to anoint David. He sent him down there to anoint David, and he said, "You will be the king. You will be king." And it didn't look like it. It didn't look like it. But everything he went through, every little bit of test, every trial, every tribulation, everything, when it came time for him to be king, He became king, and he did great. So God is telling us to do that. Let's not get tired of doing what's good. Because at just the right time, David became king. Just at the right time, you will reap your harvest. Just don't give up. The rewards are coming. It's like a farmer. He plants, and then the seasons come, and it be hard out there. You have to get the thorn and the thistles, and then you gotta prune and all this other stuff. But at the end, you reap those fruits, and you will get sweet fruits. Fruits that are pleasing. Fruits that you can put into other people. You can give people these fruits. They will taste, they will eat, they will delight. And, now they're like, man, this fruit is just so awesome. It's like nothing I've ever had before. So I gotta ask you, when your harvest does come, after you get everything that you done sowed in and you didn't get tired, what kind of fruit are these people picking from you? Are they picking sweet fruit, or are they picking bitter fruit? I definitely can't wait to talk to you about that. We gonna go into it. It's gonna be Galatians, chapter 5, verses 19 through 24. This right here is just a quick word to kind of get you through as an appetizer for what I'm about to tell you a bit later. I just want to say to you, don't give up. Right now we're in a season where things have just felt so dry and but how many of you know you just like the tree planted by the riverside? Each and every season you're producing fruit. We might not be able to see the fruit right away, but if we don't give up, we reap that harvest. So, brothers and sisters, don't give up today. Because today, you could be, looking at somewhat of the fruits coming in. And then, within a day or two, it's time to get it picked and enjoy those fruits. So, what will you do? Let's endure. Let's not give up. Let's go reap that harvest. You've come too far to go back now. And then, as if nothing else, those fruits that are growing on your tree, people need those. So let's talk about it. I can't wait. Later on tonight, let's talk about it. In Jesus' name, until then, shalom.